everybody, it's Kaylee, and today I am back with another Ship With Me video. I'm going to be shipping out all of my orders that sold from yesterday morning when I last shipped until now, getting ready to go to the post office. I think I have roughly 7 items to ship, but before we started packaging these orders, I did want to address a question that I've been getting from multiple subscribers of mine, and that question is, how do I print my Poshmark labels onto my sticky labels? Because when you try to print with the default settings, they do not fit. So since I need to print out all of my Poshmark shipping labels first anyways, I'm going to go ahead and jump onto the computer and show you quickly how I do that. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kaylee. I'm an online reseller. I find used clothing at thrift stores and I flip them online for a profit. My channel is about teaching other people to resell and make money online. All the links that I mentioned in the video are down below in the description. You can click on the link tree down below and it will pop up my eBay and Poshmark closet if you're interested in viewing. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions or you just want to say hi. You can also send me a message over on Instagram. If you like this reseller content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you get notified when I make new videos. Let's jump into today's video.
Alright guys, so I am on my sales page on Poshmark. I know a lot of us probably ship printing the labels through your email because the labels get sent there, but I know a lot of us just strictly go into Poshmark, download the label from there and print it. Whichever way you do it, it doesn't matter because you don't actually need to change anything until you get to the point where you're about to print the label. So for the purpose of this video, I am just going to click into here. I'm going to download my shipping label, open it up, and from here we are going to go to print. Now your screen might look differently based on what plugin you're using, but generally they'll all be about the same. Now mine saves my settings from the last time that I had it, but typically it's going to look like this with the scale being the default. And as you can see, if you are using the shipping labels where you can print 2 at once, the shipping label cutoff is going to be right about here, and so you're not actually going to get the full label onto the page, and that was most people's question. They were also wondering how to rotate it so that it wasn't standing vertical, and if it was horizontal like the eBay shipping labels are, that it would be able to fit on the page. I do not mess with rotation. All I do is I go to more settings, and again, yours might look a little bit different, but you should be able to go to more settings. Go to the scale, change that to custom, and I scale mine to 80%. If you're using the shipping labels that I have linked down below, I know a lot of you have purchased them. These will fit on those labels, and this scaling should fit on most labels where the page is cut in half. So this just barely fits, but I don't have to rotate or do anything. And I've also asked the post office if this was fine to shrink the size of the label, and they said, yep, as long as you can still scan it, it's fine. So I'm just going to print my label.
So as you guys can see, without showing you too much of the information, this does just fit on that label there. So you can still turn this page around and then print on the other side. You'll have to probably do a test run with your printer to see which side it prints on, but once that is done, I just keep moving on to the other side and printing the rest of my labels. Hope that was helpful to you. I'm going to jump on, print the rest of my Poshmark labels, and then we'll get to packaging these items. Alright guys, so I've dropped you down to my shipping table. You can see here I printed all of my Poshmark labels. That is usually the first thing that I do. And I write on the back just a short description of the item. That way I know which label belongs with which. So I'm going to start by shipping my Poshmark items. I'll tell you what they were, what they sold for, show you how I packaged them, and we'll get them out to the post office. So the most exciting sale, and the first one I'm going to show you, is this True Vintage wedding dress. I picked this up at a thrift store for a little over $20, I think, and it was on sale. I think the thrift store had it marked for 50 something, but I got it for a significant discount because it was the color that was on sale. It does have a few spots of discoloration, but for its age is in really beautiful condition. I love the style, and the person who bought this is really excited about it. They purchased it yesterday, so I'm for sure going to get it out today. That way they can try it on and be ready to get it down the aisle. So I've actually already got this in a plastic bag. I don't usually store my bulk items in plastic bags, but when it is a white item like a wedding dress, I get really nervous about something getting on them. So I already had this one packaged up. I went ahead and sealed it with my thank you sticker just to keep that compact. And since they did spend so much on this purchase, I'm actually going to wrap it up the way I used to wrap all of my packages. I still have some of those materials left, so just to give it an extra touch and say thank you for spending so much in my closet. So what I like to do is take a couple pieces of tissue paper. You can actually pick these up at the dollar store, or you can pick them up in bulk on Amazon, which is what I do, but it's about the same price buying them from the dollar store and on Amazon. So I'm just going to make sure that everything is wrapped, and then I'm going to take a piece of twine. I also find these in packs of 3 at the Dollar Tree, and you get quite a bit with it. And for the aesthetic of my store and all my branding, I think this really goes along well. It's kind of that rustic, natural look paired with the white tissue paper, which I really like. And I think for a wedding dress, I think it's just a nice surprise when you spend that much in a closet to have a better presentation. So I'm just going to unwind this. I usually try to cut as much as if the package is 1/3 and then equal length on both sides to where there's, I guess, cut off into 3/3, if that makes sense. So I try to do 3 times the amount that the package is and then maybe a little over, and I just kind of eyeball it. And then I just take in equal sections and I push down on the top here and flip it over. When it's flipped over, everything should still be intact, and you're going to secure it by twisting and then flipping back over. And I just at this point make sure these sides are tucked a little bit, and then I'm going to tie into a bow. And this is how the package looks, and I just think that it is really cute, and every time I've used this packaging, I've gotten really great feedback from my buyers. So I'm going to go grab a box. It looks like this will probably fit best in a regional B box, and get that packaged up for the buyer. So this is one of the sizes of the regional B box. I'm going to make sure that this fits comfortably, and then we will be good. And for tape on Poshmark packages, I usually use the free priority mail tape that is offered at the post office when you ship via priority mail. My post office is nice enough to give me a roll of these because they know I come in and use it all the time. So if your post office says no, whatever, but I would suggest going and just asking, especially if you're a regular in there, they'll be likely to give you one of these and you can save money on tape. So this fits very comfortably in the box, and I'm just going to take one of my thank you cards for Poshmark. Looks like this. Has my Poshmark link on the back. And both this card and my eBay cards look exactly the same with the exception of the link on the back. So I just have them in 2 different stacks right here, and I'll pull from whichever one I'm shipping with. Just going to lay that on the top of the box. I don't usually put 2 layers of tape on each side, but something about shipping something that was this expensive makes me want to double secure it, but normally I just put 1 layer of tape. Alright, so next is going to be this Rip and Dip t-shirt. Honestly, most of my sales today, I'd say at least 80% of them are t-shirts, so that's pretty cool. For these, I'll put the card inside because I'm not really worried about anything getting damaged. And then I've got my inventory numbers on the bags. I'll just fold this over and put my sticker here to secure it and cover up that inventory label. For almost everything on Poshmark, I almost always, as long as it'll fit, use the padded flat rate envelopes. I find that they provide pretty good protection. I don't usually have to use tape because this adhesive works pretty well and it has a little strip right here, so no need for tape, and it's just honestly the easiest method for me, so that's typically what I'll use for Poshmark packages. Next is this outfit, two-piece outfit, a denim one by Stefano International. This is vintage and I just thought it was really cool. I actually forgot about this sale. This is a handbag, which I've got stored along my wall here. The brand is called Oriani or Oriani. Not really sure how to pronounce it, but it felt like quality when I picked it up at the thrift store. And I was pleasantly surprised when I looked up this brand. There were really good comps on eBay. This one did sell on Poshmark pretty quickly, and I really love the color scheme of this bag. So for bags, I usually wrap in tissue paper just because the hardware that's along this could scratch things or could be damaged. And it is really soft, supple leather, so I want to try and protect it as best as I can. And then I will also additionally put it inside of a plastic bag to protect from any kind of weather or elements that could happen during transit. Okay, so I'm going to take a thank you card and put it on the inside of the bag on top of the tissue paper because the tissue paper will protect from that leather getting scratched by any of the corners of that thank you card. And I'm going to see if I can fit this in the other size of the regional Boxby. This one is more flat, but it's wider, which is what I'm looking for because that's the shape of the purse. These boxes have this adhesive up here, but I always like to secure it with tape because even though this adhesive's here, I don't find that it holds very well. A lot of people ask if this box is too big to ship with Poshmark, but I wanted to tell you that if you're using any of the free priority mail supplies, any of them at all, not the express, but the priority mail, if you're using any of them, they're already pre-approved for priority mail. That's why the post office puts them out there for free. So you can actually use any of these priority mail boxes and it will still be within the Poshmark dimensional limits. So just wanted to throw that out there because I've gotten that question a few times. And this is one of the bigger boxes that they offer. Last item on Poshmark is this Lucky Brand t-shirt. Moving on to some eBay items, I'm going to start with a t-shirt that sold on my non-public eBay store. And it's only non-public because it was an experimental store that I was only going to do graphic t-shirts on and see how it did and kind of brand it for graphic t-shirts. But I kind of let that idea go and I haven't really been keeping up with it. So I haven't really added new inventory over there is why I don't share it. It's not very successful. But the ones that I already had on there occasionally are selling. This is a grunt style t-shirt. I've talked about grunt style in my other eBay store. And these t-shirts flip really quickly. This one I think sold for $17 on that other store. And I'm just grabbing my scale because we're gonna need it for eBay. For eBay, I usually use, if I'm not doing priority mail and I'm doing first class, which these will be because they're all remaining t-shirts, I just use the free eBay branded poly mailers that I get for free or almost free by using the quarterly coupon I get from having an eBay store subscription. If you have an eBay store and you're not currently using your coupon, you're missing out on a lot of not only free but also cheap. So you're getting more for the amount of money or coupon that you're using. And I don't really buy any first class poly mailers anymore. I basically get everything for free. So if you're not already using that coupon, make sure to jump on there. We're about to start a new quarter, and then a new coupon will come out, so you want to make sure to use the one that's about to expire. The weight of the item that you are going to input to print the shipping label will always be the total package. This one is 7.7 ounces, so we always round up, and so I'm going to round up to 8 ounces. Next is a Chewy's t-shirt. And the last item is this Death Note t-shirt. Death Note is an anime show, and from what I can tell, it is one of the most popular. This shirt had a lot of attention, and it sold relatively quickly. So if you're at the thrift store, keep an eye out for anime t-shirts. Alright guys, so that is it for today's Ship With Me video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I've got all my packages here. I'm going to run on over to the post office and drop these off. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.